Well, hello, I am Jeremy Peña. I sing and play guitar for the Bandulus. Started the band back in 2008 in Austin, Texas, and today happens to be our 16th anniversary of the band. So, yeah, started on July 4th, 2008, and moved here in, 2015. Brought the band with me, brought some Texans with me, and, yeah, loving the PNW.
I'm Leah. I've been in the band for 11, 12 years. I'm also from Texas, and I'm one of the singers.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm Curtis Irie. I've been in the band for going on 9 years, and I play bass. I play a little harmonica, which I got to do today at a blues festival, so that was pretty cool. And otherwise, I help with some production and mixing and whatnot. And yeah, it's a beautiful day here in Portland, Oregon. Blues Festival's going on. I'm sure you could hear it in the background. This guy.
Hey, I'm Anthony James Cotham. I play keys and some melodica for Bandulus, and been playing with Curtis in the band since they came up here. That's it. Forget about me.
And can you tell us about how your band was formed and what inspired the creation of the band?
Yeah, man. All about the roots music. We're traditional ska and reggae. We play traditional ska and reggae and do a little bit of soul, rock steady as well. Honestly, I wanted to put a band together that sounded like the Slackers or original artists. Slackers are more, contemporary band. But Ken Booth, Alton Ellis, I really wanted to pay respects to Jamaica and kind of do it as authentic as we can without but with our own twist, with the American twist, and not be doing any fake patois or anything like that. But yeah, just really wanted to get a real traditional ska and reggae band out there.
Who are some of the biggest musical influences for your guys' group and how have they shaped your sound?
Ken Booth is number one for sure. I would say Ken Booth and Alton Ellis, they go back and forth depending on the day. They're just basically a soul singer with a rock steady reggae band backing them, and their songwriting is very similar. It's a lot of heartbreak songs. Sometimes the love is positive and optimistic, but for the most part, it seems to be we play a lot of heartbreak songs, but over fun music. So you're like dancing and have a good time. You're like, wait, did he really say that? But anyway, yeah.
And your music incorporates elements of ska, reggae, and soul, just like you said. How do you approach blending these genres, and what draws you to each one?
Oh man, well, it depends on the song itself. The song dictates what the style will be. Like, we will try a song in each style, and then usually the song tells us what it wants, yeah, like usually that's what happens. Like, the song will let us know, like, well, it really didn't groove in that style, so why don't we try it this way? Or what if we do the verse in a ska fashion and then we play the chorus, some other genre, or but yeah, just yeah.
Can you walk us through your creative process when writing and producing new music?
Well, with writing, I mean, the hook always tends to write the song. I always tell Tony that I don't like to chase songs and really put the pen to paper right away. That I kind of like to let them come to me versus because they seem to be better songs when it happens. When I force it, then the songs don't really. Maybe it's just me, and I don't want to play them as often. But the songs that come to me seem to be more poppy, and they just, I don't know, they're like ear candy. They stick in your ear more versus trying to actually force it.
And I think we all participate in the songwriting process. Like, I write some of the songs that I sing. Jeremy writes a lot of songs. Tony writes a lot of songs. Mario writes songs. So we all maybe have our own different way of approaching it, but we kind of come with this song mostly formed, and then we all get to collaborate with each other to really flesh it out.
What was the experience of recording your debut album like? And how did it feel to see and resonate with your audience?
Oh, wow. Well, it was really cool because the debut album I thought was going to be the only album for the band, because I was at the time I was a sideman for someone else, and we were really enjoying that project. But he ended up getting a job at the zoo, and so I ended up blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. A lot of backstory. But when we recorded the record, it was really awesome because I got to record with my mentors. There's a band from Austin called the Stingers ATX, and the bass player and the drummer from that band basically helped me write the album. And I just sent, I was just a fan of them, and I was sending them songs saying, oh, I really want to play make a record like you guys play. And they were like, you should really pursue this. We'll play the drums and bass. And not only that, but then I got literally the guy second guy, I'll say, I don't know, that's the Virgo in me. I'm like very precise. The second guy I really fell in love with his music was Ruggiero, the Slackers. I was talking about the Slackers earlier. He came down and actually played a bunch of keyboards on like half the record. So it was really amazing to be in the room with people I've looked up to for years, and then to have them, kind of push me and get, to get my stuff going.
It's like confirmation.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
And your guys' live shows are known for their high energy and engagement. What do you enjoy most about performing live, and how do you guys prepare for your live shows?
Rehearse. We rehearsed for this show for a month, for basically the last 4 Mondays, just every day, nailing down whatever we didn't have before, and then once we got everything down, then we just ran the show the last few rehearsals. And really what feeds me is the audience coming, like the energy I get back from the audience is, what they're doing, and that goes a long way for me.
Yes, and also at the end of the day, I just really love playing music with these guys. Like that is fun to me no matter what.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we have a really good crew.
Yeah, it's good vibes. It's all the time.
Do you have any memorable or standout experiences from performing live that you guys would like to share?
Oh yeah.
So many. Let's.
Wow. Well, okay. We just went on a European tour, and we played a couple of really amazing shows in Spain. Big up Spain, by the way.
Oh my God, Madrid.
Yes, so Madrid was incredible. They all showed up at the very beginning for the opener and stayed to the very last note, and we got off the stage and they were just grabbing our faces and kissing us and the energy was there the whole time, and they obviously hadn't heard the songs before, but it was as if they were like really participating. It was incredible.
And Cologne in Germany, especially, like we did a one-off show out there in 2022, and when we returned this time, everybody knew who we were. It was wild, like to see from the front of the stage to the back of the room completely packed with about 1,700 people or 2,000 people, something like that, was just incredible. And then they're all like dancing and singing. Some of them sung along, and I mean it's crazy to be halfway around the world and see that.
And what has the recording process been like for the band? Are there any interesting stories from that?
Yeah. We've done a lot of stuff. Like the first thing I think that I got to mix and produce with this band was the split EP with Matamoska, I think. Yeah. So we did like 4 tunes that were on there. I actually was working at the Jeremy Wilson Foundation, which is a proud sponsor of this year Blues Festival that we're at right now too. But yeah, I had a studio space. We've tracked a lot of stuff there. The first thing we did was a split with Matamoska, and the second thing that we did was the full record of Love a Woman, which is now 2 records ago, or one, not the most recent record. So
it's our COVID record.
Yeah, for real.
And you mixed it.
Yeah, but we had a lot of time to be in the studio, and like even after we tracked everything, I was at the helm of all that. But then after that, like Jeremy and I met up like every Monday, and we would just mix, and we would just talk about like what we were hearing, and just really trying to go for whatever sound we were going for. Memorable experience. I remember leaving the studio at like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and it was light out, and it was summertime, and I was like, yeah, these mixes are good. And I went home, and I was so buzzed and excited about the record. I started listening to them in headphones. I was like, nah, I need to go change it. And I slept for like 2 hours. And I went back to the studio, and that was like one of the final mixing days for me. It was just like, no, it's this close, but it's not there. So we got to make that record there, and then we recorded 4 tunes off the new record there, and then the other 8 tunes that we just released on the new record were recorded in Charleroi, Belgium, and that was an awesome experience as well.
Has there been any big challenges that the band has had to face and overcome?
Rifle, Colorado.
Oh my god.
Let me tell you, we had a show in Colorado Springs one day, and the day before we played in Salt Lake City. But the drive was crazy. It's like 11 hours or something, and so we decided just to leave afterwards and just drive straight through. But our van had other ideas, had a different agenda. We were just about 10 miles north, actually I think it was 13 miles north of Rifle on Highway 13. Was Colorado the 13th state? I don't think so. But it was a very, very bad, I don't know, we broke down. Well, we were driving, Curtis,
I was driving, and we're like in this like construction zone going through like a valley and an overpass, and the whole van just gives out, and I like lose brakes and everything, and so we just have to like pull it over. But luckily it was a construction zone, so no cars were like going there. And then we just had to figure everything else the fuck out, and it was not easy. This is at like 8:30 in the morning after I've been driving since like midnight the night before. So it was
We ended up having the best day.
And it was like the best day ever. It was like we just figured our shit out. We had to cancel Colorado Springs, but we got to Denver, and that show was so lit the next day.
The crazy thing was that our friend that lives here in town is from Denver, and he was like, well, I definitely need to see you in my hometown. So he was in the area, and in fact, it's 1 year ago, 2 days ago, he drove 4th of July weekend from Aurora, Colorado, about 50 minutes east to pick up the part, or to pay for the part. But since our van was so old, they're like, yeah, you're going to have to go to the distribution center to get that part. And then so he drove over there to get it, then drove another 15 minutes to pick up the part. Then he drove 4 hours to us with the part. And yes, that's a good friend right there. He was around here. Big up Mark Kens. Yeah. And luckily, that part worked, and we were able to finish the tour, and we made it back from San Antonio at the end of the tour in 31 hours straight. So, yeah, it's wild.
#tour.
That is a big challenge. That's a pretty big challenge. How do you guys stay connected to your fans, and what has been the most rewarding aspect of interacting with them?
Oh, that's a great question. My biggest reward is, again, Cologne. I could almost not go out in the crowd because people just kept stopping me every 5 minutes. And it was really awesome, but at the same time, I have to worry about my voice. And so I didn't, and there's bands playing, so they expect you to talk to them. And most of them don't even speak English, but it was still, I'm still trying to talk to them. But yeah, that's been the most rewarding part. It's just like the joy that the fans get from what we've been putting out.
Are there any upcoming projects or new music that your fans can look forward to that you can share?
Well, we just put out a new record in March, and it actually already sold out. All the vinyl copies are gone. But the newest one, I think, yeah, what are we doing right now? Yeah, we wanted, I have this, I have this project that I've been wanting to do for a long time about doing like Patsy Cline tunes, but in a reggae and rocksteady vibe. And so, yeah, we want to go to Chicago. We don't have anything planned quite yet, but our buddy in Chicago, Anthony Abernathy, he's got an amazing studio out there, and he's a really good producer. We really want to do an EP with him, like 6 songs, and then he will dub the same 6 songs for the B-side of the record to make a full length. So hopefully we're going to be doing that. but definitely next year, a year from now, we'll be in Belgium recording our 5th record.
Any final thoughts?
Just that we have some tours coming up. So in September, we'll be on the East Coast. We're going to play Supernova Ska Festival. And then in December, we'll be doing some runs with the Slackers, both on the West Coast and the East Coast. So we're just coast to coast over here, you know?
Yeah, man.
Thank you guys for
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you, Shay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, big up Music Coast.